everybody, it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is Monday, August the 6th. I feel like I haven't been on in a while because, well, I guess because I haven't. But no, my husband is home on R&R. And so, you know, when my husband is home, I am MIA. I'm out. But no, we have been so busy. But after he leaves, he'll be leaving this Thursday. And so I will be making a video talking about everything that we've done. All the shit that has happened since we've been here. Not between he and I. Things are perfect between the two of us. It's just, you know, he comes home, and when he comes home, everything decides to break when he's here. Don't mind all of that because we have shit everywhere. Those are Jay's hot pink socks. That is my Wonder Woman backpack and my jacket because I get cold where I'm at. All of that stuff over there. Oh, is all the Derek stuff. He took his backpack, but all that other papers, and you can't see because the chair's in the way. We've just been so busy since he's been here. But I wanted to do a tag because I just felt like I haven't been on in a while, and so anyway, yeah, I wanted to do that. I don't know the name of this tag. I found it I came across it on YouTube. And like I said, I'm sorry, I don't know the name or who started this, but I really love tags, and so I plan on doing a lot of tags, and so hopefully you guys will do one too. You like my Jurassic Park shirt? Anyway, let's go on. This tag has 40 freaking questions, so I'm going to try to get through this without being so long, because you know I'm so long-winded. All right, number 1. What kind of witch are you? I know. I always hate that kind of question, like what kind of witch are you? Because I'm not one to really define myself as one particular kind of witch. But if I had to, I hate putting titles because I just say that I'm just a bruja. I feel like I got shit all over my face. But I am a solitary, hereditary, eclectic gray witch. But when it comes down to it, I'm just a bruja. Just do what needs to be done. I really don't like saying, oh, I'm a kitchen witch, I'm this witch, I'm that. Unless you're initiated into a religion, a magical religion, magical path, like in Santeria or in voodoo, you know, in a particular religion that requires initiation and you are following a particular path, then you can say, oh, I'm this type. But for me, I'm eclectic. I'm a bruja. Number 2, how did you discover your path? I have been doing witchcraft. Well, I have been learning witchcraft since I was very little from my grandmother. At the time, I didn't even really know what we were doing. You guys know the whole story with me and my grandma. But witchcraft has always been in our family. It is very natural for us to say we are witches. Very natural for us to talk about spells and all of that. Just like it is very natural for some family to talk about carpentry. That's something they passed down the line. Their grandpa was one. Their dad was one. The son. For us, witches is just something that it's always been part of our family. It's very natural for us to talk about witches, like some people talk about being farmers or hunters or, you know, whatever, you know. So I've been on my path for a very long time. However, even though I was learning as a child from my grandmother, just like everyone else, we go through that time where we are learning, and then shit happens, life happens. We go through our phases in life where we're growing up, or we're getting married, or we're having children, or priorities change, and witchcraft kind of gets put on the back burner. That doesn't mean that we ever stop being witches, but we are no longer practicing witches. But then if you think about it, even though we weren't doing spells and stuff, think about how many times we were still practicing witchcraft. We were still making our own medicines. We were still burning incense. We were still doing certain things. So I don't think we ever really stopped being witches. I think it just, you know, it just changes. We just kind of evolve as we do in time. But I have been a steady, oh, sorry, my foot is itching. Oh, did y'all hear all that ash going around? I have been a practicing witch, like nonstop for probably the past 20 something years. Face is dry. It's so dry. Okay. That lotion on that dry face. Not the right type of lotion I should be putting on my face, but hey. All right. Ooh, that smells so good. All right, next question. Number 4, what path / tradition do you follow? Again, I'm eclectic, so I study, research, and practice just about everything that I am allowed to practice. And I say that because you guys know if you're not an initiative to certain religious paths, you can't practice. It won't, in my opinion, it won't work for you. But of course, it's just my opinion. That's just what I do. Next question, number 5. Are you solitary or do you have a coven? I'm a solitary witch. However, I do run a coven, but we are a very non-traditional coven, so which means we do not practice spells together only. We are still allowed to follow our own magical paths, where we can still practice and do our own spells whenever we choose. So in that sense, yes, we're very non-traditional. Just like there's so many different types of covens and so many do all different types of things. It's just really wonderful to see how different each coven is. But I still consider myself to be a solitary practitioner because I practice alone when it comes to my own spell work. There are some that we do together, but for the majority, my own work is by myself. Number 6, do you practice divination? If so, what techniques? I do tarot cards, and that means, tarot cards, oracle decks, fortune cards, all the different cards. I am very, very good with fortune and oracle. Tarot, traditional tarot, eek! It's like reading the King James version of the Bible and reading the regular one. Like, what are you trying to say? Can you dumb it down for me? Lord Jesus, please dumb it down. Just tell me that I'm sinning in all kinds of ways without the he and the thee and the thy and all that. Please, just tell me. So it's kind of like that. But, yes, the traditional tarot is a little more difficult for me. I think what I don't like about traditional tarot, it seems too structured for me. Again, because I'm just an idiot to it. To me, so far, from what I've learned, and I haven't put much into traditional tarot, it seems very, very structured in the way that you read the cards. When I do fortune and oracle, it's very intuitive, and that's how I feel like I read. I feel like I'm a very intuitive reader. That just works for me in my brain. Okay. And for those people who can read traditional tarot, oh my gosh, you got some skills, guys. Y'all got some skills. All right. Number 7. Oh, and I didn't finish. I know I do cards. I do my pendulum. I use my Ouija board. Those are the 3 main ones I use: Dex, Ouija, and pendulum. I do want to learn how to throw bones. I would love to know how to throw bones and read tea leaves, but I have not mastered that yet. So just those 3. Number 7. Would you teach and practice witchcraft to your children? Yes. I have 5 daughters. All of my 4 grown daughters practice witchcraft. My older daughter and myself, we run the coven, and daughter number 1 runs it with me. Daughter number 2 and number 3 are in the coven, and daughter number 5 is in the coven as well. And then daughter number 4, she practices her own type of style, more spiritual wise. But she's not in our coven or not. I mean, she's not in our coven. That's what I meant to say. But she does practice. I do teach Jade. Jade is 10 years old. I homeschool her. So after we're done with homeschool, we do witch school. And witch school can just be 30 minutes. Sometimes it could be less. Sometimes it could be more. It depends on what we're covering. And for example, if we are doing witch school, like we do our regular curriculum, and then I say, okay, go take a 15-minute break. When she comes back, we do witch school. And she has her own little notes that she keeps, and I teach her about herbs. And right now, I'm teaching her all about herbs, because you guys know how I feel about, I think that learning your herbs is the root. It is a foundation to any type of spell work. No matter what path you follow, if you know your herbs and your roots and your minerals, there is nothing that you cannot do, because that is the basic foundation for any type of work. If you're cleansing, if you're healing, if you're hexing, if you're doing love spells, money spells, healing spells, tranquility spells, anything that you're doing requires herbs or roots or minerals. So that's what I'm teaching her, and also about the history of witchcraft. So she understands what witches are, where we came from, what it means to be a witch, and all of that stuff. Later on will be everything else. But right now, it's just about herbs. And I mean, like, teaching her how to, when we're outside, she can spot rosemary. She can look and say, that's rosemary. And I say, okay, well, what can we use it for? And she'll know we can use it to eat. We can use it culinary-wise. We can use it medicinal. We can make medicine out of it. And we can use it in our spell work. What can we use it in our spell work? She's like, it's good for protection, right? And I'm like, yes. So even if she only knows one thing that you can use it for, it's a good thing. All right. And not only just do that with that, I also include flowers too, and trees. So, she really enjoys it. And that's part of our Native American culture too, that she understands. What are we doing? Where am I at? Okay. Number 8. Sorry, I'm being nosy because the guys there cutting their grass, and I'm just nosy. Number 8. Do you have a patron or a deity? I have, there are several different ones that I use, like, okay, so number 9 is also favorite pantheon. Number 10 is favorite goddess. Number 11 is favorite god. So I'm going to combine those 3. As far as gods, I do have my Lord Ganesh right here. I have my Ganesh there that I have an altar for. Then I have my La Santísima Muerte, my Holy Death upstairs. She is my main goddess that I use. I know some people don't consider her being a goddess or a saint or whatever you want, but for me, she is my goddess. And so I have her. Then over here I have my Lama Dama, who runs my household, and I tend to her. Plus all the little ones that I have around, the Fae that I take care of them. They take care of me. So I don't have like favorites. I have ones that have come to me, whether it's a tree spirit or whether it's the Fae that are here, or whether it's the ones that I introduce into the household. But these are ones that I feel that have called to me. So I don't really have a favorite. For a long time, I didn't have one at all. I just didn't feel linked to any of them. But those that I just mentioned, I feel very, very linked to. And my Lama Dama, I would have never thought I would have one. It just happened one day, and I'm so very grateful, because she takes excellent care of the household. All right, number 14. Do you have a familiar? I used to have a familiar. I used to have a black cat named Salem. I just knew that he was my familiar. When I first saw him, they were in a basket of black kitties. And when I just saw him, I just knew that he was very special to me. I don't know what it was, but I just knew he had to come home with me. And I've always just felt this really great connection to him. And he got bit by a snake, and he died. I grieved so much for Salem. I cried and I cried. I was just so heartbroken. I never felt like that. I never felt like that before. I've not had one since. He's buried outside of my backyard. Number 15. Thoughts on Afterlife. Oh, wow. I have so many thoughts on Afterlife. I don't even know. I won't even be able to say everything about it right now because it'll be too long. But I have so many thoughts on the afterlife. I'm one of those people that I'm so fascinated with what happens after we die. You know that movie, Flatliners? I feel like I would be one of those students. Like, like, I'm so fascinated with life after death stories. What happens when we die? Where do we go? What do we see? What do we experience? You know, talking about eternal bliss, you know, what does that mean? Or talking about how our souls are immortal. We have immortal souls because our souls are just a very small speck of what God has given us. And to know that our bodies die, but our spirits live on, and we go to, or after we die, we go meet whatever higher power we have. But where do we go? What happens? You know, like just things like that. Oh my God, I'm so fascinated. Like some people are always afraid to die. I'm not afraid of death. I feel like when we die, it's just a whole nother experience, a whole nother, you know, experience of life, a whole nother plane that we go to. I just cannot, I'm not going to say, oh, I can't wait till I go. It's not like that. It's just, I just have so many questions, and I know that this just can't be it here, you know. And when somebody dies and you go and you look at their bodies, you truly understand when people say that it's our spirit that brings our bodies to life. Because when we die, our bodies look completely different, and they do. When you look at somebody who's passed away and you're looking there at their body, you no longer recognize them. It's just like a shell. It really is just like a shell. And it's just like, whoa, you know, like you can tell there's no life in it anymore. And that's just really crazy because to me, it's really crazy because when I see somebody who's been so full of life and laughing and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden they're dead and you see them and you're just like, they're gone. Like, you know, they're truly gone. That body that's there is really just a vessel. And so to know that, and then when you hear the stories about the dead, you know, and someone who works with spirits, you know, what are they doing? Where are they? What do they see? Why are they here? What happened to them when they died? You know, like, it's just, there's just too much out there to not be like fascinated. So my thoughts on the afterlife, we could go on forever talking about that. But my thoughts on the afterlife, it's like, I'm so fascinated. I'm so fascinated and excited when that time comes to know that, where am I going to go? I'm like, Lord, please, look. I was at the beach dying of heat, okay? Dying of heat. You guys know I don't do well with the heat. I was dying, and I started thinking to myself at that point, I said, Murphy, you better get your shit together, girl. You better be good, because if hell feels worse than this heat, I'm not going to make it. So I better start being good, because I surely don't want to go to hell and be sitting there in the freaking pit of lava. I can't handle being at the beach. How am I going to handle sitting in hell? So I really have to reevaluate some life-changing things for myself, because I don't think I'm going to make it. So, let's go on to the next question. Okay, number 12 is your sun sign, and number 13 is your moon sign. Not a clue. I don't know what my sun sign is or my moon sign is. I was born August 24th. I'm a Virgo. I was born at 3 a.m. The reason why I know that is because when my mother, right before my mother passed away, she wrote all of us, myself and my siblings, a letter about our birth. Like what she was doing, what it was like, what time we were born, and what she thought when she saw us. And so I'm like, oh my God, that confirms why I'm such a night owl. And it says that I was born at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, no wonder I'm a night owl. So if any of you guys want to figure that out for me, I would greatly appreciate it and love y'all. But I don't know what my sun sign is or moon sign. Not a clue. I don't even know how to even look that up. Did I skip over? Number 15. Yeah, because 14 was, do you have familiar? Number 15, thoughts on afterlife. I already talked about that. Number 16, have you had any paranormal experiences? Good Lord, yes, many. That's a whole nother video on itself. There's just no way I can talk about one paranormal experience. I've had so many paranormal experiences. That's many videos worth. You guys already know my life. So yes, I've had many. Number 17, are you out of the broom closet? If so, how do your friends, family feel about your path? I have never been in the closet, so I don't know what that's like to not be able to say, you know, who I am or what I am. You know, so like I said, I've never been in the closet. Like I said, with us being witches, it's always been normal because, like I said, you know, my aunts, you know, we're witches. Our aunts were witches. My grandmother was a witch. My great-grandmother was a witch. My great-great-grandmother was a witch. So for us, being witches it's just very natural. I mean, everyone in my family, you know, not just siblings, but aunts and uncles, cousins, we all speak witch. Not all of them are witches, but it's so normal because, you know, with having witches in the family, it was nothing abnormal, you know. So it's just like when your whole family smokes and you start smoking. It's like no big deal because we all smoke, so it's not a big deal. But if you don't smoke and all of a sudden little sweet Sally starts puffing on some cigarettes, puff, puff, give, she starts smoking, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, it seems so unnatural. So, yeah, for us, I've never been in the broom closet. As far as my friends, you know, working in the hospital with a lot of square folks, you know, not that everybody is, but a lot of the people that I worked with are very square folks. You know, they've seen, like, either, like, tattoos or things that I read or, you know, I think people kind of know, and then they'll say, hey, Murphy, do you do witchcraft? Every day of my life. They're like, oh. So, you know, I just come out with it. Like, if they ask me a question, I answer them. You know, if they're like, are you a witch? Yes. Do you do witchcraft? Yes. Because number one, they're nothing to me. Number two, it's not going to cost me my job because I'm just going in there to deliver a baby. They don't care. They don't care. You know, but my thing is like, I've always been up and honest with anyone just because you guys know that I cannot remember anything. And so I would not be able to remember something I've said to someone or not said. So I just live my life that way. And if you don't like it, if you don't like that I'm a witch, that's fine. Less people I have to talk to, especially at work. Like, less people I got to pretend I like. Whatever. Yeah, I've never been in the broom closet. And I really, as far as family and friends, I do have some family who kind of like, oh my God. And I do have some acquaintances that kind of like, oh, you do witchcraft? Like, bitch, get on. Like, I don't have time for that. I really don't. Number 18, what is something that inspires you? There are many things that inspire me. Trying to think of one particular thing that inspires me. I think for me, things that inspire me is okay. You know, when I talk about how I can't stand people, I say, oh, I can't stand people. I hate people. I can't stand people. Well, for the most part, that is true because I think there are so many people that are so cruel. I can't stand people who are cruel. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. So anyway, what really inspires me and gives me hope is when I see random acts of kindness. When people do random acts of kindness to people. When someone is just something as simple as somebody sees you walking into a store and they hold the door open for you. That's nice. when you at the grocery store and you see someone in a wheelchair and they're trying to reach up and trying to, you know, the little scooter cart, they're trying to reach up and get their food and they can't, and you see somebody go and grab it. Is this what you need? Oh, thank you. You know, when we go to the grocery store and the little old ladies come and ask because my husband's like 6'4", they go and ask him, sir, can you get that down for me? He's like, okay, no problem. And then the next one, sir, can you get down? And so I'm just sitting there waiting because my husband has now become, you know, the grabber of all things that little old ladies can't get, you know, reach up. So I think random acts of kindness like that, or when my husband was out the other day and he said, yeah, I don't know what, my daughter read his fortune on the fortune cookies. He stopped and got some panda, and it said, you're a random act of kindness. You're going to do a random act of kindness and you will be greatly rewarded. And so I said, oh, so you just have to do a random act of kindness. He goes, I already did. And I said, what did you do? He goes, I gave a homeless man today, I gave him money to eat. And I'm like, you did? He goes, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I love things like that. When I see people do just kind things, super simple, you know, that inspires me. That inspires me to continue to have hope in humanity. So I know it sounds a little corny, but you know, you guys know what the world is like right now. And so when I see someone do something like that, or when I see somebody tell me, Murphy, I didn't eat meat all day today, that inspires me. That means that gives me hope that people have compassion, you know, for something else other than themselves, that they have compassion for an animal that they decided not to participate in, that even if it's just for one day, it means a lot. So it's just little things like that. Number 19, do you have an altar? Yes. I have an altar, my Santa Muerte altar. I have my working altar. I have my coven altar. I have my home altar. And then I have an outside altar. And then I have Ganesha's altar. I have 6 altars. I know, right? I have to take care of every single one every week. Number 20. What's a spell that you've done? What is a spell that you've done? Just one. Well, I've done lots of spells. I think the last spell that I've done is I was helping a friend of mine do a marriage proposal candle. Think what you want, but that's what she wanted help with, and that's what I helped her do. That was the last one that I did. Number 21. Do you have a totem animal? If so, what is it? It's a bald eagle. I love eagles. It doesn't just have to be a bald eagle. I love eagles. When I meditate, I see myself as an eagle. And it's crazy because I'm terrified of heights. But there I am, soaring and flying and chirping away. I know, right? I'm so dumb. But yes, that is what my totem animal is. 22. Favorite pagan holiday that you celebrate? There are many. I do like Litha, or Litha, how you want to pronounce it, and Beltane, because those really are connected with the Fae. And I do like those two. I love Samhain, which doesn't. We all love Samhain, Halloween. And I love Yule. Yeah, those are my favorite. And those are the ones that I do celebrate. Do you meditate? Yes, I do. Number 24. Have you gone to a psychic / tarot reader / Reiki master / healer / etc.? Yes to all. My oldest daughter is a Reiki healer master, and she's done some Reiki on my back. But I normally don't, because I don't like people touching me. I don't like people touching me at all. Like, I'm talking about strangers. If you're a friend, yeah, no problem. I will hug and squeeze you to death. and you can hug and squeeze me. But if I don't know you, no touchy touchy, okay? No touchy touchy. Psychic readers, yes. Tarot readers, yes. I've gone to all those. Number 25. What are some witch books that have influenced you? Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'm a big time book reader. The Spirit of the Witch is probably one of my favorites. I don't know who it's by. I'm sorry, not right offhand. The Spirit of the Witch is one of my all-time favorite ones. Do I have it written down? Oh, I don't think I have it. But yeah, that's my favorite. One of my favorite witchy books. Also, the Alchemist by God dog it, why can't I remember these names? Paulo something, I can't remember his name. I've read that book a million times. I freaking love The Alchemist. I love that book. That has inspired me. Oh, but is this witchy books only? Oh, these are what are witch books have influenced you? Okay, not witch books. Witch books. Like bruja books. I thought like witch books. Okay, witchy books that have inspired me. But like I said, The Spirit of the Witch is one that I really, really love. I like the witchy books that talk about the witch history. Those are the type of books that inspire me. Not any books like, spell books or in those type of books are great, but they don't really inspire me. The witch books that inspire me are the books that teach us about the history behind witchcraft, or the history behind that particular, magical path. When a witch book is really educating you about the practice, the craft, the beauty of it, where it comes from, what it represents, those are the books that I find inspiring, not like just the spell books and stuff. Those are great tools. Books are great tools, but those are the ones that really hit home for me. That's a really good question, though. Number 26, favorite witch websites. They would have to be the witch sites that I can buy shit from. Like, New Age incense. Ooh, we love you that. New Age incense, you have to order a minimum of $100 to order from there. But guys, for $100, good Lord, if you pass gifts for your witchy brothers and sisters, or just for family who are spiritual, who like that kind of shit, like ours, that's a good place to buy from, because you can get totes for like $5. You can get, what do you call those things? Tapestries. I'm about to say master, what the fuck was I trying to say? I don't know what I was trying to say. But you can get tapestries for less than $10. You can get all kinds of stuff. Like if you are going to get stuff for Christmas, guys, y'all really need to look. For $100, you can get a bunch of stuff for a lot of your witchy friends. Just saying. Or just for yourself. I do like that site. I like Lucky Mojos. Lucky Mojos has a lot of cool stuff. But I really don't have favorite witch websites unless I'm going to order from. And usually it's like places, either Lucky Mojos or that incense ones, because you get a lot for your money. Even though it's $100, you're getting a lot of stuff for $100. Ooh, that's good. But it's getting warm, so I have to put it out in the fridge. It's very good. What's the next question? 27, favorite witch movie. Oh gosh, just one. My favorite witch movie would have to be Practical Magic, because that movie reminds me of me and my sister. My sister is Jillian and I am Sal from the movie. I love that movie. It just really talks about the whole generations of witches and the love of sisters. And I just love how they break it down. I love how they showcase witchcraft in their everyday life and how little people in the town talk about witches. You know, I love all that. Great movie. But there's so many, but that's my favorite. Favorite mythological animal, like mythology type of animal? Is that what the question is? I would say dragons. Dragons are my favorite. And of course, you know, unicorns, but I don't know if unicorns fall under mythological animal. Would that be like Pegasus? That's more ooh, what am I thinking? That's more I can't even think of the word. Fuck, I can't think of it. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Let's go on. It'll come to me. But yeah, I would say dragons. Mythology is what I was trying to think. Mythology. I think Pegasus is more mythology. This is mythical, like mythological animals. So either unicorn or dragons. Favorite season, fall and winter. Fall and winter. If I had to pick one, it would be, for Texas, it would be winter. We don't have fall here. Fall is still warm here. But if I lived somewhere where it was cold, it would be fall. Because I love, you know, my house is all decorated in fall. So I would love the crisp leaves, you know, the autumn feel. I love the feel and the look of autumn. But if I'm going to be here in Texas, it would be winter. All right. Favorite herb. Just one. I have that problem. Just one. Favorite herb. There's so many uses for so many different herbs, but if I only had to pick one, I really, really love rosemary. Rosemary is probably one of my favorites because you can use it for culinary, you can use it for medicinal, and you can use it magically. And it's very easy to grow, and it grows like crazy in Texas. So I really like rosemary. Favorite gem. There's so many crystals out there, like, ooh, which one do I pick? I like obsidian. And I really love, I love rose quartz. I just love the color of it. I love what it represents. I like the plain, simple ones. Like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, crazy ones out there, but I like it just looks plain and simple. Like, I like quartz because quartz is so neutral. You can use quartz for, a clear quartz for anything. You know, it just kind of goes with everything. And it's one of those to-go type of crystals where anything you need, it's so universal. I do like that. So probably those. Ruin of choice. I don't have one of choice. Tarot card of choice. I don't have one of those either. Symbol or sigil of your choice. And I do like symbols and sigils. Symbols would be my triquetra. And then of course my tattoos. I love triquetras, and I love pentagrams. Pentagrams / pentacles. I love those symbols. I love what they mean. You know, what the symbolism behind it. I love the way it looks. So that. Sigil of choice. I do like the sigil for protection. I don't have it right in front of me, so I can't even show you what that looks like. But I do love the sigil for protection. And of course, sigils are all completely different. So you have sigils in different types of things. So there are so many different sigils for protection. But that's, I would, protection is my favorite one for sigils. Number 35, your athame, or do you want one? I have one. I don't use it, but I have one. Your wand. I have one that I bought and one that I found that you know, like I'm transforming into a wand, but I don't use it. Your cauldron, or do you want? I do have a black iron cast cauldron that I found at a antique shop, And I use it to burn my loose sage and loose herbs in. I really love that. It's old and crusty. I love it. 38, your Book of Shadows, or do you want one? At this point, I told y'all I have, you know guys, and I wrote a new list just to see in my happy planner. Let me tell you right now. My husband's been gone all day. I need him to come home. I miss him. Guys, when he leaves, I'm going to be a wreck. I'm just telling you right now. I have a total of 25 Books of Shadows, but I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of that 25 to complete my Books of Shadows. Because you guys know I have that many because I have them all separated. So, you know, y'all, I know some of y'all want an update on my Book of Shadows, but I definitely will do that. But my favorite Book of Shadows is Beauty, my main big book, Beauty. She is that's my heart. Okay, number 39, your tarot decks. Oh gosh, I have, I don't know how many I have. I have a few. I mean, I have a good amount. I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, 30, 40 decks right now. I do collect them. So, and then each altar has a deck. Like my altar right here for Ganesh. I know you can't see, but on the other side, there's a Ganesh deck that I leave there to pull a card a day. On my home altar, I have a crystal deck up there that I use to pull a deck. On my Blessing Chase My Muerte altar, I have a deck for her that I use if I want to. Then, of course, in my witchy room, I have a shelf with all of my decks. So I would have to count those to see how many I have, but I have a good amount. Like I said, because I collect them. And then I use different ones. I don't always use the same one. Like if somebody wants me to do a reading for them, I will see whatever I feel drawn to, and I'll read those. Number 40, the last one. Something witch related you want right now. Good Lord, just one? Something witch related I want right now. I really want the original replica. I know it can't be the original replica, but the replica of the original Book of Shadows for Charmed. Christopher got on and showed us his on my Brujas page, and he has the paperback one. It's really nice. I've always wanted the big book because I love Charmed, I think it's like $300 or something like that. But I would really like the big one just to have. I really want that right now. And I really want a crystal ball. I really want a crystal ball. And I really want the Practical Magic Book of Shadows too. So I can use that too. Like, cause like, I don't know, 25 is not enough. I have this thing with books, guys. I love books and journals and tablets and shit like that. Especially like planners. My husband's asking me what I want for my birthday, and I want a planner. I want the Law of Attraction planner, guys. If y'all are planner people, I saw the Law of Attractions planner. I freaking want that, love it, and I need it. I want it, need it, I love it. I want it, want it, want it. So I think he's gonna buy it for me. However, I just bought this one. Do more of what makes you happy. And I'm like, okay, I'll get a new planner. No, that wasn't what I was talking about. But this planner here, this is my planner, and it started in July. I bought it in June so I could use it all the way. So I just started in July. I just started this thing in July. Here we are in August. You know, I use my planner every day, you know. And so, you know, I just started my August one. So this goes all the way up until December of 2019. Oh. So if I get a new planner, I won't be using that one. But I really want it. So, but the law of attraction planner does not have like dates and it's not written. You fill it in yourself. I don't like that part. But when you do that, it allows you to use it whenever. So I could technically save it for, guys, y'all know I ain't gonna wait till 2019. What am I even talking about? What lie am I trying to put into my mouth? I don't know. I really want that. I really don't need it. But as usual, I'm gonna buy it and that's gonna go to waste. I can't even use this because I bought one just like this for Jade for her school. For homeschool, I bought one just for Jade. These are great. Now the Happy Planners come small. This is the big one. I like the ginormous one. So see, like this is a month at a glance. It already comes all colored like this. I didn't do nothing to this. It comes all fixed up and cute. And it comes already pre-dated and everything. And then this is a month at a glance. And then you have every single day. See how the borders are I haven't even done nothing to it. And so all of Monday, all of Tuesday, like that. And so I can use it for Jade's school for all of her, for her planning, right? But I have one, you know, for me, you know, for my life and what I do. And so I go in here and I decorate it myself. Let me show y'all one that's, I mean, if y'all see my planner videos, y'all know I like to color. I like to like for my birthday week. Like this is my birthday week. So I went in here and I put this, and this border came already, but I added this birthday paper and stickers and the washi, you know, and all that. So I don't know what I'm gonna get then. I don't know. But anyway, that's all my tag questions. That was fun. The next tags I'm not gonna do are not gonna be so long because then it goes too long. Y'all like, God damn it, Murphy, that's too long. All right, I'm gonna shut up and get off now. As always, love you all and blessed be. Bye.